I want to start by asking you a simple question. What drives you? Not just what motivates you on a good day, but what fuels you when everything feels impossible. We live in a world that rewards comfort, that tells us to play it safe, to blend in. But the truth is, greatness isn't found in comfort, it's forged in fire. The people who change the world, the ones who rise above, who inspire others, who build legacies, they are savages. And when I say savage, I don't mean reckless or ruthless. I mean relentless. I mean discipline. I mean the kind of person who refuses to settle, who pushes past fear, who turns pain into power. So today I want to challenge you. Are you ready to become a savage? Not just in your work, not just in your goals, but in the way you live, breathe, and lead. Because the world doesn't need more people who settle. It needs warriors. It needs visionaries. It needs you. Purpose is the foundation of everything we do. It is the driving force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely exist. In a world that constantly pushes us toward comfort, security, and stability, it is easy to fall into the trap of choosing the easy path over the meaningful one. Society has conditioned us to believe that success is about finding comfort, earning enough to live stress-free, and avoiding difficulties at all costs. But the truth is, real fulfillment does not come from an easy life. It comes from living with purpose. People who prioritize comfort over purpose often find themselves stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction. They take jobs they do not love, follow paths that others have set for them, and make choices based on what is easy rather than what is right for them. Over time, this leads to frustration, a lack of motivation, and a sense that something is missing. This is because comfort is temporary. It feels good in the moment, but it does not provide lasting fulfillment. On the other hand, those who choose purpose over comfort understand that discomfort is part of the process. They recognize that in order to create something meaningful, they have to step outside of their comfort zones, take risks, and push through obstacles. They embrace the struggle because they know it is leading them somewhere significant. When you choose purpose, you are not choosing the easy road, you are choosing the road that matters. Choosing purpose means being willing to do things that others won't. It means waking up early, working harder, and staying disciplined even when no one is watching. It means being willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term impact. It means committing to something greater than yourself. When you have a strong sense of purpose, you are not easily swayed by distractions, temptations, or setbacks. You have a clear vision of where you are going, and nothing can pull you away from it. One of the biggest challenges people face is figuring out what their purpose is. Many people struggle with this question, often feeling lost or uncertain about what they are meant to do. The mistake most people make is looking for purpose in external things, money, status, recognition. But true purpose comes from within. It comes from understanding your values, your strengths, and the impact you want to have on the world. It comes from asking yourself hard questions. What excites me? What problems do I want to solve? What legacy do I want to leave behind? Once you discover your purpose, the next challenge is committing to it fully. This is where many people hesitate. They see the difficulties ahead, the sacrifices required, and they let fear hold them back. But the reality is, purpose requires courage. It demands that you take action even when you are afraid. It requires that you make decisions that may be unpopular or uncomfortable. Those who succeed are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who refuse to let fear control them. People often talk about passion as if it is the key to success, but passion without purpose is just excitement without direction. Purpose gives passion meaning. It gives you a reason to keep going even when things get tough. Passion alone fades when things get difficult, but purpose keeps you pushing forward no matter what. It is the deeper reason behind your actions, the thing that keeps you moving when motivation runs out. Many of the most successful and inspiring people in history did not have easy lives. They faced rejection, failure, and setbacks. But what set them apart was their unwavering commitment to their purpose. They did not let comfort dictate their decisions. They did not let fear stop them from taking action. They did not give up when things got hard. Instead, they leaned into the struggle because they understood that purpose is more important than momentary ease. The world is filled with distractions designed to keep you comfortable. Social media, entertainment, convenience. All of these things can pull you away from what truly matters if you let them. That is why it is so important to be intentional about where you put your energy. If you are not actively choosing purpose, you are passively choosing comfort. And every day that you choose comfort over purpose, you are delaying the life you are meant to live. Purpose is not just about career or success. It is about how you live your life. It is about how you show up in your relationships, how you contribute to your community, how you use your talents to make a difference. It is about living with intention instead of drifting through life. When you prioritize purpose, you wake up every day with a sense of direction. You know why you are here, and you know what you need to do. People who live with purpose have a different kind of energy. They are not drained by their work, they are fueled by it. They do not complain about challenges, they embrace them as opportunities to grow. They are not looking for the easiest way out, they are looking for the most meaningful way forward. And because of this, they inspire those around them. Their commitment to purpose creates a ripple effect, motivating others to step up and do the same. The decision to choose purpose over comfort is not a one-time choice. It is something you have to commit to every single day. It is in the small decisions, waking up early instead of sleeping in, pushing yourself instead of making excuses, taking action instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Each time you choose purpose, you are reinforcing the mindset of a savage, someone who is willing to do whatever it takes to create a life of meaning and impact. Discipline is the foundation of all long-term success. Many people believe motivation is the key to achievement, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes based on emotions, circumstances, and energy levels. It is easy to feel motivated when things are exciting and fresh, but what happens when motivation disappears? That is where discipline takes over. Discipline is not dependent on feelings. It is a commitment to doing what needs to be done regardless of whether you feel like doing it or not. The reason discipline beats motivation is simple. Motivation is temporary, but discipline is a habit. When people rely solely on motivation, they become inconsistent. They start strong, but when the excitement fades, they struggle to maintain momentum. They wait for inspiration to strike before taking action. But those who achieve great things do not wait for motivation. They create a system, set standards for themselves, and follow through no matter what. Discipline is built through daily actions. It is in the small choices, waking up on time, sticking to a routine, doing the hard work even when no one is watching. It is about following through on commitments, even when circumstances make it difficult. It is about mastering the ability to control impulses and stay focused on the bigger picture. The people who achieve the highest levels of success are not necessarily the most talented or the most motivated. They are the ones who have mastered the art of showing up every single day, regardless of how they feel. Many people struggle with discipline because they expect it to feel good. They assume that once they develop discipline, everything will become easier. But discipline is not about ease. It is about consistency. It is about being able to push through discomfort, boredom, and fatigue. It is about sticking to a plan even when results are not immediate. True discipline is built when you learn to work through the days when you do not feel like it. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it is restrictive. Many people believe that being disciplined means giving up freedom. In reality, discipline is what creates freedom. When you have discipline, you are in control of your time, your habits, and your future. You are not a slave to distractions, procrastination, or short-term gratification. You are not constantly reacting to life. You are proactively shaping it. Discipline allows you to set goals and actually achieve them. rather than just dreaming about them. There is a reason why elite athletes, successful entrepreneurs, and high achievers all emphasize discipline. They understand that success is not about how hard you work when you feel inspired. It is about how consistent you are when you do not. They train when they are tired. They work when they are uninspired. They show up when no one is watching. It is not because they are superhuman, but because they have trained themselves to act independently of their emotions. Discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. It starts with small commitments, keeping promises to yourself, following a routine, eliminating excuses. Every time you do something difficult when you do not feel like it, you strengthen your self-discipline. Over time, it becomes second nature. It becomes part of who you are. You no longer need motivation to get things done because you have built a habit of doing the work regardless of how you feel. Another key aspect of discipline is delayed gratification. Most people want immediate results. They want to see progress instantly, and when they do not, they lose motivation. But those who are truly disciplined understand that results take time. They are willing to put in the work for months or even years before they see the payoff. They do not chase quick fixes or easy shortcuts. They trust the process, knowing that consistency will lead to success. People who lack discipline often fall into the trap of making excuses. They blame their circumstances, their lack of time, or their environment for their inability to take action. But discipline means taking full ownership of your actions. It means refusing to let external factors dictate your progress. It means doing the work even when conditions are not perfect. Excuses are easy, but discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. One of the most effective ways to develop discipline is by creating a structure. Having a clear plan, setting specific goals, and holding yourself accountable can make all the difference. When you have a system in place, you remove the need to rely on willpower alone. You eliminate the decision-making process and make discipline automatic. The more structured your approach, the less room there is for excuses. The truth is, discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you train. It is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. The first few times you push through discomfort, it feels difficult. But over time, it becomes a habit. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop looking for motivation. You simply do what needs to be done because that is who you are. Pain is an unavoidable part of life. Everyone experiences setbacks, failures, and challenges. Some people let pain break them, while others use it as fuel to become stronger. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they respond to adversity. Pain itself is not the enemy. It is a tool. It can either weaken you or shape you into something greater. The choice is always yours. Most people avoid pain at all costs. They seek comfort, looking for the easiest path forward. But growth does not happen in comfort. Growth happens in struggle. It happens when you are pushed beyond your limits, forced to adapt, and required to develop resilience. Every successful person has endured pain. They have faced rejection, failure, and hardship. But instead of running from it, they embraced it and used it to push themselves forward. Pain is often a sign that you are on the right path. When you are working towards something meaningful, challenges will come. If the journey were easy, everyone would succeed. The reason success is rare is that most people are not willing to endure the discomfort required to achieve it. They quit when things get tough. They give up at the first sign of struggle. But those who push through the pain come out stronger on the other side. Every painful experience carries a lesson. Failure teaches resilience. Rejection builds character. Struggle forces growth. The most powerful transformations happen when people face adversity head-on. When you stop seeing pain as something negative and start seeing it as an opportunity, everything changes. Instead of feeling defeated, you feel challenged. Instead of stopping, you push harder. Instead of breaking down, you rise up. Pain is temporary, but the strength it builds lasts forever. No matter how difficult a situation feels in the moment, it will pass. The discomfort will fade, but the lessons you learn and the resilience you develop will stay with you. When you look at the most successful people in the world, their stories are not filled with ease and comfort. Their stories are filled with struggle, sacrifice, and perseverance. They became who they are because they endured pain and used it to their advantage. One of the greatest skills you can develop is the ability to turn pain into power. This means reframing your mindset. Instead of seeing difficulties as obstacles, see them as opportunities. Instead of focusing on what you lost, focus on what you can gain. Every painful moment has the potential to make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what is ahead. But this only happens if you choose to embrace it. Pain has the power to break you or build you, and your mindset determines the outcome. Some people experience hardship and develop a victim mentality. They allow pain to define them, using it as an excuse for why they cannot move forward. Others take that same pain and use it as motivation to work harder, push further, and prove to themselves that they are capable of overcoming anything. The same experience can produce two completely different outcomes, depending on how you respond to it. Pain is also a test of commitment. When things get hard, do you keep going, or do you quit? Do you let temporary discomfort stop you from achieving long-term success? Those who accomplish great things are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to give up when things get tough. They are the ones who take pain and channel it into action. Some of the most successful people in history have used pain as their greatest motivator. Athletes who were told they would never succeed trained harder. Entrepreneurs who failed multiple times refused to give up. Artists who were rejected countless times kept creating. Their pain did not stop them. It fueled them. They understood that struggle was part of the process, and that the only way to reach their full potential was to endure it and keep going. Pain forces you to level up. It exposes your weaknesses, challenges your limits, and forces you to adapt. Without struggle, there is no strength. Without failure, there is no growth. The most powerful version of yourself is on the other side of pain, waiting for you to push through. But the only way to get there is to stop avoiding discomfort and start using it as a tool to become stronger. A relentless mindset is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. It is the refusal to accept limitations, the determination to keep pushing forward no matter the obstacles, and the unwavering belief that success is inevitable for those who refuse to quit. People who are relentless do not wait for the perfect moment or ideal circumstances. They create their own opportunities through sheer determination and persistence. Being relentless is not about talent, luck, or natural ability. It is about discipline, consistency, and an unbreakable will to succeed. The world is filled with people who have potential but never realize it because they lack the mindset required to push through adversity. Potential means nothing without action, and action means nothing without persistence. Those who achieve great things do so not because they never fail, but because they never stop trying. So, most people give up too soon. They start with excitement, but the moment they face resistance, they slow down or quit altogether. A relentless mindset means understanding that resistance is part of the process. The greater the goal, the greater the challenges that come with it. Instead of seeing obstacles as reasons to stop, relentless individuals see them as opportunities to grow. They embrace the struggle because they know it is shaping them into something stronger. One of the key traits of a relentless mindset is resilience. Life will test you in ways you never expected. There will be moments when everything seems to be working against you. This is where most people break. They allow setbacks to define them and use failure as an excuse to lower their ambitions. But those who are relentless refuse to let adversity dictate their future. They rise every time they fall, using each failure as fuel to push even harder. Another essential aspect of being relentless is eliminating excuses. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They provide temporary comfort but lead to long-term regret. People who achieve extraordinary things do not allow excuses to control their decisions. They do not blame their circumstances, their lack of resources, or the opinions of others. They take full responsibility for their actions and focus on what they can control. A relentless mindset also requires a high tolerance for discomfort. Most people seek comfort and avoid situations that challenge them, but real growth happens in discomfort. When you push yourself beyond what feels safe or easy, you expand your limits. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you become stronger, smarter, and more prepared for the next challenge. The people who make an impact in this world are the ones who are willing to endure discomfort in pursuit of something greater. Being relentless also means staying focused. The world is full of distractions that pull people away from their goals. Social media, entertainment, negativity. These things drain time and energy. Relentless individuals are ruthless with their focus. They do not waste time on things that do not move them forward. They set clear goals, eliminate distractions, and keep their eyes on the bigger picture. There is also an element of obsession in a relentless mindset. The people who reach the highest levels of success are not casual about their goals. They are fully committed, treating their dreams as a non-negotiable priority. They do not entertain thoughts of quitting or settling for less. Their desire to succeed is so strong that failure is not even an option in their minds. This level of commitment is what allows them to push through obstacles that would stop most people. A relentless mindset does not mean working without rest or burning out. It means having an unshakable determination to keep moving forward, even when the journey is difficult. It means adapting when necessary, but never losing sight of the goal. It means believing in yourself, even when no one else does. The world rewards those who refuse to give up, who keep going when others stop, and who are willing to outwork, outlast, and outperform everyone around them. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move forward despite fear. Every great achievement, every bold action, and every significant breakthrough in history has been made by people who chose to act even when they were afraid. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, risk, and the unknown, but it should never be a reason to stop. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is the ability to push through fear instead of letting it control their actions. Most people let fear dictate their lives. They avoid risk, stay in their comfort zones, and settle for less than they are capable of because they are afraid of failure, rejection, or discomfort. But those who lead with courage understand that fear is a signal, not a stop sign. Fear often appears when you are about to do something meaningful, something that challenges you, and something that forces you to grow. Instead of backing down, courageous individuals recognize fear as proof that they are moving in the right direction. Courage is a skill that is developed through action. The more you face your fears, the stronger you become. Every time you take a risk, speak up, or step outside your comfort zone, you are training yourself to be bolder. The first few times may feel terrifying, but as you continue to push yourself, fear loses its power over you. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. Leading with courage does not mean being reckless. It means making decisions based on vision and purpose rather than fear and doubt. It means standing up for what you believe in, even when it is unpopular. It means pursuing your goals with full commitment, even when there are no guarantees. It means taking responsibility for your own path instead of waiting for permission or approval. People who lead with courage are the ones who change the world. They are the ones who start movements, build empires, create innovation, and inspire others to rise to their full potential. They do not wait for the perfect conditions or the right moment. They take action despite uncertainty, knowing that progress only happens when someone is willing to take the first step. Fear has a way of magnifying worst-case scenarios. It creates doubt, convinces people that they are not ready, and keeps them from taking action. But most of the fears people have are illusions. The things people worry about rarely happen, and even when they do, they are never as bad as they imagined. The real danger is not failure, it is regret. The pain of wondering what could have been if only you had been brave enough to take action. Courage also means embracing failure as part of the journey. Most people avoid risk because they are afraid of making mistakes or looking foolish. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every failure teaches a lesson, every setback builds resilience, and every challenge provides an opportunity for growth. The people who succeed at the highest level are not the ones who never fail, but the ones who refuse to let failure stop them. One of the most powerful acts of courage is being true to yourself. Society pressures people to fit in, follow expectations, and conform to norms. But true leaders do not follow the crowd. They set their own path. They are willing to stand alone if necessary, because they know that staying true to their values and vision is more important than seeking approval. It takes courage to be authentic, to express your ideas, and to pursue your goals, especially when others doubt you. Another key aspect of courage is taking responsibility for your life. Many people blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their lack of progress. But those who lead with courage do not wait for external conditions to improve, they take control of their own destiny. They understand that everything they want in life requires action, risk, and persistence. They do not let excuses hold them back, they make things happen. Courage is contagious. When you lead with courage, you inspire others to do the same. People look up to those who take bold action, stand strong in adversity, and refuse to back down. Your willingness to face fear and take risks gives others permission to do the same. The world needs more leaders who are willing to step up, speak out, and challenge the status quo. Courage is what separates those who make an impact from those who simply exist. And success is never guaranteed, and the road to achieving anything meaningful is filled with uncertainty. Those who wait for certainty before taking action will always be left behind. The reality is that nothing great is ever accomplished without taking risks. Every breakthrough, every innovation, and every major success story has come from someone who is willing to step into the unknown without any guarantees. The people who achieve the most in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who take bold action despite not knowing the outcome. Many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment. They convince themselves that they need more experience, more knowledge, more resources, or more confidence before they can take action. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There will always be reasons to wait, always be doubts, always be risks. Those who succeed are the ones who act anyway, who take the first step before they feel ready, and who figure things out along the way. Risk is uncomfortable, which is why most people avoid it. They would rather play it safe, stick to what they know, and avoid the possibility of failure. But safety comes at a cost. The cost is missed opportunities, unfulfilled potential, and a life of regret. The greatest regrets people have are not the things they tried and failed at, but the things they never tried at all. Playing it safe may protect you from failure, but it also guarantees that you will never reach your full potential. Taking risks does not mean being reckless. It means making calculated decisions, understanding the potential downsides, and moving forward despite the fear. Every risk carries the possibility of failure, but it also carries the possibility of success. And even when failure happens, it is never a complete loss. Every failure brings lessons, experience, and growth. The most successful people in the world are the ones who have failed the most, simply because they were willing to try more times than everyone else. Fear of failure is one of the biggest reasons people avoid risk. They worry about what others will think, about making mistakes, or about wasting time and effort. But failure is not the end. It is feedback. It is information that helps you adjust, improve, and try again with more knowledge. The only true failure is never trying in the first place. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, artist, and leader has a long history of failures before they reached their breakthroughs. The difference is that they saw failure as part of the process, not as a reason to quit. Risk-taking is what leads to growth. If you stay in your comfort zone, you will never evolve. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you push past fear, and when you do things that scare you. Every great achievement comes from stepping into the unknown and proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. The first few risks may feel terrifying, but as you continue to take action, you build confidence. The more risks you take, the more you realize that uncertainty is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. Risk also leads to new opportunities. When you take action, doors open that would have otherwise remained closed. You meet people, gain experiences, and discover paths that you never would have encountered if you had played it safe. The world rewards those who take bold action. It favors those who are willing to step forward, even when they do not have all the answers. The people who rise to the top in any field are the ones who are willing to do what others are too afraid to do. Most people overestimate the danger of risk and underestimate the cost of inaction. They imagine the worst-case scenario if they fail, but rarely consider the worst-case scenario if they never try. The truth is, the biggest risk is not taking any risks at all. The biggest danger is staying the same, never growing, never challenging yourself, and never discovering what you are truly capable of. Risk is not something to be avoided. It is something to be embraced. Confidence does not come before taking risks. It comes as a result of taking them. People often think they need to feel confident before stepping into the unknown, but confidence is built through action. The more risks you take, the more capable you become. The more you challenge yourself, the more resilient you grow. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you create by continuously proving to yourself that you are strong enough to handle whatever comes your way. Taking risks does not guarantee success, but refusing to take risks guarantees failure. The most successful people understand that the only way to achieve anything worthwhile is to put themselves in situations where they could fail. They accept that uncertainty is part of the process, and they take action despite it. They trust that even if they fall, they will rise again, learn from the experience, and come back stronger.